Thank you. Now we're going to do first of all, the oral transmission, the lung of the sadhana, followed by the teaching on explanation how to do the sadhana. So I'll first start the lung. Namo yalaya ketan ludani jenge chukunda da me kenanda ndo kunjidana tamje kedo da keche do da ndo nanga do da nyime sunji de jese janji yingbala jiya bada bana lama da munana jo doba san yejum de nana jo da me jona pabe kende nana jazo jo je len dun so jo semje da me doba san ye go banda wa je jezen jama gombari jiya wa len sumran keje keje zama doka ne da Vese chebe namgane ba meji uri jimbe pamarima sanyi shensuma nishu tsaji kodaji om benza zaman za namunguru me namayadara sabba rivarime aryadara sabba rivar agamne shabdeba konjo sumla tajab chi so len sumju semchen tamje dewa zo tseme jiye goma shune yada jaran benza sumba mako Dombe ngane pema dan nime dera lere do mazma jaji chaju ma ye ba namje chengwa ra den da dorji yugo yamba namje tarjan shaba pema tiwo shu namba rodave je shoba rodave je shoba tarje nazar mbaji jenda shabi janse tabe du tar amdma do honle ze trebe san ji zo ko benza zaman zamba 자원 바왕게란 든지는 원변자 zamadi 이거담지 여왕고 자도 제서바데 지다담바존에 잠소제네 시리아서 제서 메장고 좀 줄라마요 르발 렌젠중데기 오렌지 도간다 다니게다 거발레 미데 엄다레 두데레 두서 지진은데 좀다 스미든 저도 그러말 자도 so that concludes the oral transmission of the actual the Tibetan text. So now we're going to do the actual what you call teaching on the sadhana. The sadhana is the golden Tara. Golden Tara sadhana. The sadhana is the structured form of the actual practice. So it starts with the refuge. So you always go through the three. The main outline is the main preliminary, the main sadhana, and the conclusion. So preliminary starts with two, common preliminary and uncommon preliminary. What it means, preliminary is the preparation. If anything you do, if all the preparations done well, then it's much easier to do. It's like the foundation has been set up. It's like say stage has been set up to put a performance. Without the stage, no performance can be performed. So the preliminary constitute common preliminary and uncommon preliminary. The common preliminary are two. Refuge and the generation of bodhicitta. The refuge is preliminary, that which is that is aligned with the pratimoksha. Bodhicitta is preliminary in line with the Mahayana Bodhisattva vows. So with the sound foundation of individual liberation by doing refuge, and the bodhicitta by reciting the bodhicitta prayer, then it becomes the what we call common preliminaries. So with this in mind, you do the refuge. You do the refuge by thinking of yourself surrounded by your mother and father, as well as all sentient beings in human form, and then you say I and all living beings. Of the three realms refer to beings in the desire realm, and form realm and formless realm. Desire realm constitutes of 6 realms, 3 lower realms, 3 higher realms. 3 lower realms are hell, animal, and hungry ghost. And higher realms are humans, demigods, and gods. These gods are 6 types of gods, desirable gods. And so then you have that's a desirable. Other is a formless realm. Form realm are 17 gods. And then formless realm are 4 gods. So 17 plus 4, 21. 21 plus the 6 realms is 27 realms. So when we say the 3 realms, it means all 27 realms of sentient beings. And that's the kind of magnitude of number of sentient beings for whose sake you're doing. Who equal the expanse of space means they are vast as the span of the space. Wherever there is space, there are sentient beings. So the an incountable number of sentient beings. So that's those who go for refuge. Then the time is from this time forth until essence of enlightenment reach, which is very Mahayana. All the refuge can be taken with the Theravada motivation or from Mahayana motivation. Mahayana also take the refuge in the triple gem, but until enlightenment reach. So the duration of the Mahayana is much greater. Maha means Mahakala. Mahakala means not just Mahakala doesn't mean the great black one. Mahakala means kala means time, the great time. Duration of Mahayana is until all sentient beings enlighten. So the Mahakala. And the manner is also very, very Maha-upaya. So Maha means great, Upaya means skillful. So what is that? Steadfastly. If you take the refuge steadfastly, then you don't sort of rush and do a sprint run to follow and practice Dharma. You slowly and steadily you increase your diligence and faith and devotion. You don't make a false start and then after a few years you lose interest. That's people take refuge just for the high lama to cut your hair and get a name. That's not the refuge. Refuge, you must have this sincere understanding of how precious the Dharma is. That you yourself has actually applied the Dharma on your mind and how much you are softer, you are much more contented, you are less greedy, you are not that as angry, and even if you're angry, you don't stay very angry long. This is the steadfastly taking refuge. So, those who take refuge are numberless sentient beings. Duration you take refuge is until essence will be reached. Manner in you go for refuge is steadfastly. And the objects of refuge is a triple gem. There is no higher realm, higher gem, or higher refuge object than the triple gem. So triple gem is a Buddha Ratna, precious Buddha, precious Dharma, precious Sangha. Buddha is not some kind of being out there who gives boons to people. Buddha is the enlightened one who teaches us the way to make ourselves come to realize. So Buddha is the shower, one who teaches the way. He's the teacher. Real teacher is the Buddha. Okay, no one is teacher but the Buddha, and the Dharma is the real guidance that he has shown. If you follow it, if you understand it, you practice it, that really heals and your mind and your body, your opinions, your perceptions, and your non-reactions. You no longer react in the way you previously habitually do. Now you are tamed by the Dharma, So the Dharma is that. Sangha is like-minded practitioners who are all on the same path. Many different levels, maybe people fall in different categories, but nevertheless they themselves are like a patient who have karma and affliction. And so Sangha should not be idealized just because people wear robes. You should not think they are perfect or ideal. Robe worshipping is not Buddhism. Sangha themselves are patient. Buddha said Sangha should be like a companion who are all suffering. The nurses are also subject to suffer illnesses. So nurses are not beyond illnesses. So therefore we should be gentle towards each other, not idealize perfection in ordinary Sangha, even those who wear robes. Robes does not make people holy, Robes is just simply the external dress code. It's just a uniform. Real Sangha is those who have completely kind to oneself and to others, and being very gentle to each other. And like a nurse is very careful, very attentive to the need of the fellow patient. And always try to make it a little bit more comfortable than the sick people are able to do by themselves. Nursing means Sangha has to be like a nurse. So refuge object is this triple gem, Buddha gem, Dharma gem, and Sangha gem. And that which brings these three gems to us is the succession of lineage gurus. So that's why we take refuge in the guru and the holy masters of the lineage. The lineage is not Sakya or Kagyu or Nyingma. Lineage is the Buddha lineage. Buddha lineage, lineage of the one and only Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha's lineage, okay? So don't try to segregate and divide the lineages by small names of places and times in Tibet, you know. Buddha lineage, Buddha Dharma is much bigger than small group of people in a small pockets of Tibetan geography. No, Buddha lineage is, the Tibetan Buddhist lineage is the Buddha lineage. So we should not discriminate between lineages. If you do, you haven't understood the Dharma. And anyway, here in this case you visualize, and the space above is Buddha Ratna Sambhava, whose body is Sangha, whose speech is the Dharma, whose mind is the Guru, whose essence of that is the Buddha. So therefore, visualizing the Guru Ratna Sambhava, you take refuge from now on until essence are reached for the benefit of all sentient beings, with the right attitude of Buddha as the physician, Dharma as the medicine, Sangha as the nurses, and sentient beings as those who are subject to the illness and therefore are seeking the Dharma. And the manner in which people practice is very listen to the advice of the doctor, what they should stop, what they should adopt, and then try to recover very soon. So in this way you need to start with the refuge at the beginning, and then at the end of refuge you do the supplication, the Guru and the three precious gems. I bow down and take refuge. Of course the language is, translation is, in English has to be very subject specific, isn't it? So they always have to put I or we. In Tibetan we don't show the subject is indicated by the context of the sentence. So ideally it should be we take refuge and may you bless our mind stream, because you're not really saying my mind stream. You know, we want to ask all sentient beings' mind stream to be blessed. So if you really want to be so specifically accurate about the language of the sadhana, there is a lot to be changed. In the Guru and the three precious gems, we bow down and take refuge. May you bless our mind stream. So that would be the ideal way of doing it, because you have to think of your mom and dad on your either side, and all other sentient beings also taking refuge with you. So with this mind, you should fill the enlightened minds with their wisdom and being, or can read your mind. So you should sincerely say that. So that concludes the refuge. Then generation bodhicitta is wishing bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. So the very fact that you are doing the sadhana each day is also fulfillment of your wishing and engaging bodhicitta, because for the sake of all beings I must reach the level of perfect Buddhahood. That first line expresses the wishing bodhicitta. That's expressing your wish. Then the second line, for that purpose, I shall practice the meditation and recitation of Aryatara. So therefore, the sadhana that you're going to do, if you're doing the sadhana for half an hour or so, that's engaging bodhicitta. Why? Engaging bodhicitta usually constitutes generosity, self-discipline, patience, diligence, meditation, and the wisdom. So therefore, you're practicing the sadhana each day constitute the generosity, because you're giving time. You're rising early, staying up late, you are doing your practice. So you're generous with your time. particularly if you do so with the right intention for the benefit of all, yeah? And you're doing that with a good discipline and self-reliance, so that is the discipline. Even if you're early in the morning, late in the night, it's a bit cold or tired, you still will not, you will be patient with the physical effort that required. And that is patience. You also do this with a great sense of diligence, not kind of impeded by weariness and so on. So that's joyous effort. And you do the sadhana with a good degree of concentration, with the words, mantra, mudra, and dhyana. Mantra is the recitation, mudra is the hand gestures. Sometimes maybe hand might be moving, other times your hands are just in prayer position, other times your hands are in meditative posture. Whatever they are, you are actually able to mindfully observe your physical posture. Yeah, and also you're abstaining wrong conduct of the physical body. You should wear nice clothes and do the practice. You know, you shouldn't be doing the sadhana while wearing a singlet or short like that. You should still observe good discipline, and then you should not mind whether it's tiring or whatever. You should have joyous effort, you should have concentrated the word, meaning and intention should be proper to the wording of the text. Even the wording is perfect, but what if you lack the intention on the visualization? So therefore, don't rely on the words, the meanings. The meaning, if you know what to think sincerely from your heart, it's even better. So with this mind, you wholeheartedly take refuge, and then you generate bodhicitta and engage in the sadhana, even just half an hour, for instance. During that time, you really sit still and be patient, not be restless, getting up, sitting down, and then trying to get something, not interrupted by this. Just once your session starts, you just sit there until it's finished properly. This kind of diligence and self-discipline and patience and meditation and with the wisdom insight to that is engaging bodhicitta. For that purpose, I shall practice the meditation, recitation of Aryadhara. So this recitation of the sadhana itself is a form of expression of the 6 paramitas. So in this way you renew your bodhicitta, because not knowing how to renew your bodhicitta refuge at the very beginning would constitute that deity yoga itself exists in other traditions too, non-Buddhist traditions too. But Buddhist deity yoga necessarily have the refuge at the beginning, generation bodhicitta thereafter. So that concludes the common preliminary, which is common to all Buddhist practices. Now the second is uncommon. Uncommon practices, uncommon is because uncommon is we seek to attain the uncommon, unshared goal of attaining 2 kayas, Rupakaya and Dharmakaya. So to attain the Rupakaya, there is a karmic and afflictive obscuration, hindrance. To attain the Dharmakaya, wisdom body, there is this cognitive obscuration of grasping, with the innate grasping to self as real and permanent, truly existing. So in order to eradicate these 2 obscurations, we have to develop 2 remedies, merit and wisdom. So in order to accumulate merit, to remedy the afflictive and karmic obscuration, we need to first of all invoke the merit field. So how do you invoke the merit field? Through mantra, mudra, and dhyana. Dhyana is meditative concentration, visualization. And so this is in an instant, from the seed syllable tam, it says, the heart of oneself in the form of holy Tara, because here this is the practitioner Tara. Practitioner Tara's heart, you visualize syllable tam, and light rays radiate from your heart, and then invoke the assembly of Buddhas. Assembly of Buddhas are the 5 Buddhas, with the Ratnasambhava on the top. Then otherwise you have Akshobhya, you have Ratnasambhava, as well as Amitabha, as well as Amoghasiddhi, and all of them, together with all the bodhisattvas, arrive in presence of you. So that's the dhyana. The mantra is Om Vajra Sama Ja. Om Vajra Sama Ja. Om means hail or homage. Vajra means adamantine, means ultimate, indestructible. Samaja means please gather us. So please do these adamantine gathering. So this is a kind of a invocation mantra. And then gesture mudra is you just touch the hands and then snap the finger. Om Vajra Samaja. So then you imagine all the enlightened beings, 21 taras appear before you. And this is the called merit field. Merit field is like the good field. If you have a good field, you can sow the seeds, and the soil is good, then the crops will grow. So therefore, here the assembly of gurus and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the most appropriate holy merit field, in presence of whom we can accumulate merit. So that is the mantra, mudra, and dhyana for the invocation. Then you have to make the accumulation merit. What are the merit you will offer? You will offer merit in relation to holy beings and in relation to ordinary sentient beings. First, you accumulate merit in relation to holy beings by making the 8 offerings. The 8 offerings are drinking, feet washing water, the flower, drinking water for the mouth, feet washing for the feet, flowers for the head, incense for the nose, lamps for the eyes, perfume for the chest, food for the tongue, and music for the ears. So these 8 offerings are offered also with the dhyana, which is meditative concentration. Mudra is a hand gesture. While rotating your vajra lotus mudra, then you Om Aryatara Saparevare Aragam Sohung Soha, and so on. So you say each of the wording Aragam is drinking water. Drinking water is here we are not so much offering drinking water to Tara as they are thirsty, but we are offering water for them as the purest form of devotion by pouring water, untainted by miserliness and so on. But for the purpose of quenching our thirst, we are always thirsty. We drink so many drinks, so many fizzy drinks, so many hot, cold, drinks, but still thirsty. We are always thirsty. So we really need a drink of holy dharma. And the second is the feet washing water. Even if you do obtain knowledge and wisdom of dharma, it's important that your feet is not covered in the dust of pride. And so therefore, feet washing water is offered. And then each and every one has a long wish to blossom and change and unfold with good qualities. For that we just offer flower to the chest. May all beings develop good qualities, may become transformed and corrected and matured and so on. And then fourth one is incense. You offer incense. Offering is made to the goddess. The 8 offering. Each of the offerings are made by goddesses, and the incense offering is to develop pure practice of honesty and sincerity, devoid of hypocrisy. And that's the incense. Then the 5th one is lamp. Lamp is offered to the eyes. Let there be light. May all sentient beings gain the torch of wisdom. So we should pray, because there are lots of people confused. And misunderstanding between themselves and others. They now cannot motivate to continue working with each other. They are about to abandon each other. So there's lots of people are closing their eyes, go blind. So let them not go blind, but gain insight of the wisdom. So let there be light, Then the 6th one is perfume, is offered to the chest. Not that Tara has a body order that we have to offer perfume, but people are very well dressed and looks so impressive, but deep down there's a lot of doubt, fear, anxiety, depression, always see the problems and never see the solution. These kind of people need to be what you call remedied by developing faith and confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and walk from there. So that perfume is offered for the development of very, very rational faith. And then so seventh one is food offerings. Know this, food for the tongue. Of course, we eat so many meals a day, but still we are hungry always. Until you really get to taste the meditation, and that really gives you the flavor of the realization of how true the teachings they are, and then you feel really enthused and uplifted by that. So may all sentient beings meditate. And then last but not least is make music offering. You offer music to Tara, as whether you know that mantra, know that or not, you use the mantra offering, as well as hand gesture, the mudra, as well as dhyana, the concentration. So you're offering them shabda. Shabda is music or sound. The sound is made offering to the ears with the prayer that may all sentient beings be gentle and kind to each other by speaking kindly. May they all practice right speech. So with this in mind, you shall do the mantra. While saying the mantra, slowly visualize what you have to do, and then snap the finger after each of those 8 offerings. So that's accumulation merit by making offering. How do you know it is meritorious? Is you as a practitioner are becoming more and more generous, but never wanting anything in return, or even a compliment, even a recognition. That it's nothing about who it gives, but what for it is given. So it is therefore one is not giving by any hidden agenda. So that's why making offerings can allay the demeritorious habit of giving to get, But 8 offerings is to giving in order to release us from this neediness to receive. So that's that. Then comes the sevenfold prayer. Sevenfold prayer constitute 7, the limb of confession, rejoicing, ultimate bodhicitta, wish the refuge in the triple gem, wishing bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta, and the dedication method. All of these 7 points are beautifully captured in this sevenfold prayer. This sevenfold prayer you have in the sadhana is probably the most significant part of the sadhana that are extracted from the original sadhanas. And then, after you have done the 7 limb prayers each day, you have the opportunity to renew your vows of pratimoksha, bodhisattva, and then purify your other minor transgressions. Then after that is, while you can accumulate merit in the presence of the Tara in the form of Vidarana Sambhava and all the 21 Taras by making these 8 offerings, the sevenfold prayer, but how about any other objects of merit? So the second is sentient beings who have faults. Those people who have faults, we should really be kind to show loving kindness, compassion, joyfulness, and equanimity. Once you start really showing TLC to sentient beings, then you really will grow without seeking other people to do heavy lifting for us. So therefore, immeasurable loving kindness, immeasurable compassion, immeasurable joyfulness, immeasurable equanimity, they are respectively represented by the 4 lines. And these 4 lines symbolize the 4 immeasurables. Immeasurable because all sentient beings, a number of their problem, and the type of problems are immeasurably various, different. They have never identical illnesses, even though they are said they are, but yet they cope and suffer differently. So therefore, all sentient beings, different ailments, whatever they are, may this prayer of the 4 immeasurables allay them, cleanse them, and so on. So that concludes the accumulation of merit in order to attain Rupakaya. Now, in order to accumulate wisdom to attain Dharmakaya, here one should say, contemplate that all phenomena appear and exist, both samsara and nirvana, are empty of their own nature. So saying that, then you should recite the mantra Om Shunaya Om Subhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subhava Shuddha Aham. So meaning homage to the by nature, Swabhava means by its own nature, Shuddha means pure, Sarva means all, Dharma means the truth, Swabhava means by nature, Atma Koham means I am. So I am the nature of the all phenomena because they are by nature pure. Because all phenomena are by nature pure, I too am pure. So with this in mind, visualize that all things in samsara and nirvana, they appear, but they do not truly, independently, inherently exist. So with this in mind, you recite the mantra, and then you dissolve, and out of that state of emptiness, you then manifest as the lotus and the moon disk, or sun disk rather. On that you revisualize the seed syllable Re, R-E, Re. And from the syllable Re, immediately springs up this elegant, beautiful, golden Tara, one face, 16 hands. The first 6 hands are holding, right hand holding a mala, one, the sword, 2, an arrow, 4, vajra, 5, and then the stick, 6, and now 5. So each of these are paired by this other 5 left hands. Left hand are holding, first one is holding a ribbon. The ribbon is to match the prayer wheel, the sort of garland, and then the second one is lasso, and third is the lotus flower, fifth is a bell, and seventh is a bow. So in this way, each of the 15 arms, 10 arms are holding their respective hand implements. That represent that they know how skillful it is to tame and work with the sentient beings. So with this in mind, as you visualize the Tara, yourself as Tara, raise a light issue, and then absorb, and then you make an offering, invoke the 5 Tathagatas, and receive or make a praise to the 21 Tara, 1 verse there. And then as a result of that, then you become given the holy water, and a tiny Ratna Sambhava appear on top of your crown. So in this way, you appear as a Tara. So once you have become Tara, then you invoke the wisdom being, and then after the wisdom being is absorbed into you, then we offer the holy water. After pouring holy water, the wisdom being has entered into you. Then on top of your crown, there appears the yellow Ratna Sambhava. And then you do the 1 verse praise to Tara. Homage Tara, swift and valiant. Homage to Tara, who banishes fear. Homage to Ture, who fulfills the very deed. With the Soha, we offer you honor and praise. So with this in mind, you that, and then you engage in the recitation mantra. The recitation mantra, while focusing on the seed syllable Re in your heart, it is surrounded by the mantra roses on the mundis at your heart. And then the mantra is Om Tare, yeah? You have Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, that's always there. Then Tare, Tutare, Ture. Instead of saying Soha, you insert Sarva Ayu. Sarva means all, Ayu means age, Punya means merit, Pushting means increase, Guru means make it do, Soha and so be it. So in this way you recite the mantra for maybe like 1 round or 21 times. It really doesn't matter how many you say, but during the recitation you got to visualize that you are both verbally and audibly blessed to do this practice. So in this way, in your heart chakra, you visualize the root seed syllable, and then you go back to engage in the recitation mantra. The recitation of the mantra is what constitutes mantrayana. So mantrayana, om tare, tutare, ture. So om tare means the one who's liberator or savior. Oh, savior. Tutare means who saves you from the 16 fears, and samsara. And Ture means a liberator, savior. Swaha is so be it. Now, if you were going to specifically recite the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Sarva, Sarva means all, Ayu means age, Punya means merit, Pushting means increase, Kuru means it's imperative, please do, Swaha, and so be it. So really saying Om Tare Tutare Ture Sarva Ayu Punya Pushting Kuru Swaha literally can be translated homage to Tara, and the savior, the Tutare, and Ture, and True, so that all, Sarva means all, Ayu means age, Punya means merit, Pushtin Kuru, please increase. And so that's the rough meaning of the mantra when you do the practice. So once you have finished that, then you dedicate. You actually join your hands at the heart and supplication. Then comes the supplication, the conclusion. So, oh blessed one, may all myself and all sentient beings please bestow upon us a common and uncommon cities. So that you do that, and then put your mala on top of your head, and then you do the dedication of merits. So the sadhana practice that you do is mainly identical pattern or structure of the main Tara sadhana. The only thing that is different is the iconographical symbolism and hand implements and color. So that's otherwise all the 21 Tara structure is the same. And then of course the conclusion constitutes with dissolution and the dedication. Light rays issue from my heart, so that's your syllable. You as a Tara practitioner, Tara seed syllable ray, causing the lotus and mundus, meaning that rays of light shine, and as soon as the rays of light shine, your lotus and the mundus on which you are sitting, they also disappear. And then you also are dissolved into light and absorb upward into that state of mind. So in this way, you therefore conclude the sadhana practice. Sadhana practice requires a lot of faith and devotion and commitment as a meditation. Even though you're reciting mantra, you're reading the description, you can still combine the calm, abiding meditation and the insight of being Tara. So there's lots of ways you can greatly benefit. So with this, we have concluded the sadhana explanation, and previously we also did the dedication of merits. So with this in mind, we will now finally do the dedication of merits, which you should all have. Ashana Pada Senere Herenda Mahayana Deje whatever Mereda Hevegra Meo Bebe Gazdelevezo Jehoda Ayana Deje Kareja Manjujene Wode Azama Trabadra de Lava Follow Ode Hezamba Aijade Dega de Mere Mede Selembo de Jeda Tebe Verena Yedanzo Ve has been born Merenger Frelewe Tade Generajo Meda Pre Shavio Emdene Tebe Verena Yedanzo Where has been Bomerenger Freely with that generation. So with this we have concluded the empowerment and the oral transmission, as well as the short explanation of the sadhana of golden Tara, 10-armed golden Tara of Surya Gupta tradition. So may you all may live long and increase your good qualities of tolerance and calmness and non-judgmentalness and forgiveness and understanding other people suffering. They're not doing anything to harm us. They themselves are pushed, stressed by their past heavy karmic habits. So we have to be gentle with each other, and that is really the hand implements that this particular, say, Tara that tonight we have done, is that her mala in the hand, sword, arrow, vajra, all of these, that what she's holding is to give us the arm, give us the skillfulness to deal with the Dharma. Because if you can use the sword of wisdom, the penetrative arrow of insight, and the unshakable vajra-like mind, then you can benefit. You can definitely benefit sentient beings. And the stick is not to sort of hit on sentient beings, but to fierce compassion, showing a little bit of persuasion or some kind of a positive threat in order to sort of tame the unruly sentient beings. And so you need to use your bodhicitta, loving kindness, generosity, and tolerance, and these are all represented by these hand implements. And then so, of course, the mala is corresponding hand implements is a ribbon, and the corresponding hand implement, left hand is the lasso, the sword, right is sword, and the corresponding, and the right hand arrow is the lotus, corresponding right hand's vajra is bell in the left hand, and corresponding club in the right hand is bow. So this means that you should always combine compassion and wisdom. Compassion with wisdom means that if you practice your generosity, say to your child or to your mother or to your someone, you really have to always, you have to indebted to help someone, but you shouldn't spoil them without wisdom. So you should have some degree of compassion with wisdom. So left hand implements of all the taras are the wisdom aspect of it. The left hand is a bit less, mostly passive hand. Right hand is mainly active. Active expression of the right hand, such as generosity. But you must have the wisdom not to become attached to the donation or to the object you are giving to, or to yourself as the giver. But even if you give a lot to some, either the motivation you attach to the recipient, or you want something back from that, is giving without wisdom. That's feeding poisonous food. Poisonous food, there's lots of parents, loving relationships of feeding each other poisonous food. People get sick by giving things wrong without wisdom. So all these 10 arms of Tara, 5 right hands holding those, and 5 left hands holding those, is a reminder, is a visual dharma, visual reminder of us needing to moderate and unify the compassion and wisdom in all our everyday life. So that's why when you put a holy image or painting of this golden Tara in front of you, if you look at the very meaning of each of the hand symbols, they are all speaking Dharma. They are almost automatically expression of the visual Dharma. Because in the old days, majority of people were illiterate. But they all went to the temples and looked at the statues, and they received many, many teachings from the artistic Dharma, visual Dharma. So that's why in Tibetan Buddhism we have a very rich iconographical tradition, not only to cast images, do the murals, but also give the actual meanings of each of those gestures, mudras. Mudras means seals, If you understand the teachings, these mudras, when you understand that, they sign you the Dharma, sign you the Dharma. Yeah, we need to we need to be shown the signs of the Dharma. Yeah, majority of people can't read the Dharma, cannot interpret the meaning of emptiness, for instance. Maybe the bell will teach them teaching of emptiness, because bell does not ring by itself. That means that nothing happens by itself, So nobody harms you by themselves. But bell needs a person who rings. The bell needs a clapper. And even if the person rings and the bell has a clapper, but still it needs a pair of ears that can hear. So the bell is a representation of the visual dharma of perfection of wisdom, prajaparamita, emptiness. And the vajra that is held in the right hand is the hasta chinha, a Sanskrit word. Hasta means hand, chinha means hand sign or implement. So when you know the pair, the vajra goes with the bell, and the arrow goes with the bow, and so on. Then compassion, generosity should go with wisdom. Without generosity, there are lots of people who have regretted their giving to someone because they first gave with attachment to the recipient. Because it is their only daughter or their only wife or whatever, they gave out of attachment to the recipient. They really didn't give with a generous mind of helping the recipient. They want something back from the recipient. So that attachment to the object lacks the wisdom. It's like a blind. So the bell or the arrow need to hit the target, isn't it? So the point of generosity is not to just alleviate the poverty of the recipient, but to alleviate the poverty of the giver as well. Giver seems to give, but he wants so much in return. So he is actually more poverty-stricken. So that's why the Surya Gupta's as the 21 Tara is very rich in meaning of the visual Dharma hand implements. When you visualize, you read the description of sadhana and you have a tanka in front of you, and then you meditate on them. It will bless your soul. It will bless your heart. Never to give something with the wrong intention or with the wrong object or with the bad, or give the wrong thing, or give the wrong manner, or give at the wrong time. So also with patience, Some people practice patience, but still with the wrong intention, Some people are so patient with someone, but they don't have the same patience to others. That's incredible. That shows their patience is tainted by hidden agenda. So that's why these Tara's hand implements are the saviors. Tara means saviors. So we need to be saved by the visual Dharma, by seeing what does this mean, where does this go, so what does this mean. So if you get that, then the skillful dispensation of the Vajrayana teachings will greatly stabilize your renunciation, your bodhicitta, and your right view. So with this, we have already done the dedication of merits, just a supplementary teaching. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next time. Please be kind to each other, and most importantly, be wise not to get attached to whom you are kind and thinking you are kinder than they are, or the thing that you've been so kind. Even your kindness does not exist without someone who is willing to receive your kindness, isn't it? So remember these poignant, pertinent teachings of the Buddha. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.